everyone. My name's Kevin, and I'm an alcoholic. I'm not ashamed of that anymore. It has made me what I am today. It's all part of it. But I'm here to talk a little bit about it. So I've been sober for about 6 years now. And it doesn't mean that life's just been easier, but it's definitely been better as far as my own, my mind. See, those addictions are not really the problem. Addiction is a solution to a problem that we already carry inside us. That problem that we carry inside of us is a void that we try to fill. And maybe for some of us, many of us, it's a different, comes from different things. But it all boils down to the same thing, really. We're trying to fill a void inside of us that we have put there through unconscious programming. It's a pretty day. Great to be alive. I feel like I feel pretty good today. I just want to share this with someone out there that I may be able to help. Through my career or my life has been controlled by addiction for the most part. And I was an alcoholic my whole life, and that led to other things, other addictions, drugs. I have an addictive personality, and I try to fill that with everything that I can. One thing to the next. If one thing leaves, another one comes. But this void that's there for all of us, I think, has been established by our society, and purposefully so. That's why I'm here to help change the world, because our societies have become a health problem. We live in fear, and we live in confusion, mass confusion. Guys, when you have a void to fill, you're always going to be trying to put something there. Through my addiction, alcohol, drugs, I participated in meetings with like-minded individuals who understood each other. And that was the only way that I found I could get sober. after a while, you get sober, and then you have to learn how to live. That's the hard part. I started drinking at a young age, a teenager. And when you start drinking, start in your addiction, you stop growing. You don't grow. So years later, I find myself sober, unhappy, and confused. There's still a deeper underlying problem. Sorry guys for pausing, I'm back. The problem is the void. And that void will always be there as long as we are looking outside of ourselves to fill it. When I came into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, these guys, they showed me how to love myself again. And we did that through each other and through God. Our higher power, whoever that may be for you. I choose to claim God. And that taught me, I always believed in God, but I didn't have conviction in that. But when you help each other and you're in these rooms, you get to see God working through people. And it's so amazing. These guys helped me come back from the dead, and they filled me up with joy, with life. And through being there and working with these guys, and the great thing about it is, I started these meetings in my hometown, but throughout my travels, you can find these like-minded people in these rooms all across the country, all across the world. It's such a great thing. If you're struggling with addiction, I highly suggest giving these rooms a try. A lot of people just they don't believe in it. They don't want to believe in a higher power or God working through others, and that's fine. They'll love you until you can love yourself, is one of the mottos that I hold on to. Stay connected with these individuals, and they will pour into you all their knowledge, and you will heal. But I've learned also, without God in these rooms, or a belief in a higher power, it's hard to make yourself believe something without the help of God working through others. Today I stand strong in my conviction with the Lord because I've had so many opportunities along the way since then to see him working in my life. My life today is not the best, but I'm thankful for who I am and what I am, what I've been able to accomplish. And right now, I feel that I can accomplish anything. There was a time that I didn't believe in myself, and I didn't try. Don't give up. There is hope. I hope I can help someone out there. It's all done through love. When we love one another, we can move mountains. And when God sees that you're willing to love yourself, He will step in and take you the rest of the way. Today I want to give thanks to the Most High. But I also want to be here for someone else who is in need. And maybe just explain to them some of the things that I've dealt with. To help them along their journey. Not only is addiction hard enough, but society is driven to support that. They push the alcohol. The drugs are out there everywhere. And these times are hard. I think we all need a little extra love in our lives. As a good friend of mine says, walk in love. After you've been around these good people for a while, you learn to love yourself again. And then you can pour into others. Myself, I bounced around for years trying to get sober. I was in and out of these rooms for years. I would get sober for a month, maybe 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and always go back. The thing that I didn't grasp, though, was the divinity of the program. If I would have been able to believe and cast my worries and my fears upon this group of people, then they would have been able to work through me. But what that required was me surrendering. I wouldn't surrender. And that's not always been a bad thing. That's carried me a long ways. Refusing to surrender to the wrong ones. But it can be a bad thing because it can hold you back when you don't want to surrender to the right ones. For me, that's been a battle because not only not only through addictions, it's been a battle for me because I didn't want to surrender. Surrendering, it's not like I thought it was. It's not surrendering to people, situations. It's surrendering to a higher power. You got to put your faith in a higher power than yourself, or you will just simply take everything in your own hands, trying to control every situation. I wish I could have surrendered years ago. Sometimes I think maybe it would have been easier. And maybe I wouldn't have learned as much, so I'm going to choose to remain thankful for everything. The good and the bad has made me what I am today. If you're struggling with alcohol, if you're struggling with any kind of addiction, I want you to think about what I'm saying here today. You have to believe there is a God, there is a higher power, and put your faith in Him. That's what surrendering is. Put your faith and your trust in God, and He will carry you the rest of the way. But He will carry you through these rooms and through these people. You can't do it yourself. You can't do it on your own. If you are a true alcoholic, you can't do it on your own. I tried that many times, and it never stuck. I always went back. But there is hope. There is a place that will help you. All you have to do is put your faith and your trust in them. That's hard for many of us, especially it's been hard for me because I've not been able to trust. I've had to leave my hometown because I couldn't trust anyone. And I still struggle with that. I was manipulated, taunted, played with, I didn't have respect. Even when I was going to these meetings and trying to do the right thing, I didn't have good people in my life. There were some good people in these rooms, but I wouldn't let them in because of the others. And I was not able to discern the difference. Sorry guys, I keep looking at myself in the camera and I lose my train of thought. So I'm going to look away maybe. If you're someone who's struggling with addiction, please consider my words. I've been at this game for a number of years. I've learned a lot out there. I was a full-fledged alcoholic. I am an alcoholic. That doesn't change. What that means is you have to know that you cannot go back. Even for one drink, one sip will send you right back out there on that roller coaster. There's many things in life that work the same way. And it's all just trying to fill this void. The void will always be there unless you learn to go within. And learn that you have a truth. You have a truth in you to live out. You have to speak that truth and live in that truth. Excuse me, it's one of the things they say in Alcoholics Anonymous is you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to yourself before you can be true to anyone else. And society teaches the exact opposite. They don't teach truth. They teach you to bottle it up, keep it tucked away, and that's what keeps you on the roller coaster. When you learn to live in your truth, walk in your truth, that's God carrying you. And He will carry you through anything and bring you out the other side smelling like a rose. I'm living, walking proof of that. Because what I have escaped, no one could have done on their own. No one. And I know that for a fact. So I'm thankful for my higher power today. And I just want to say, guys, learn to walk in your truth. Be honest with yourself. Then you can be honest with others. And God will lead you to good things. It's a great day. I love you guys. Bye for now.